He was a 3-year starter at left guard for the Penn State Nittany Lions, and now he's looking to earn a starting job on the O line for the XFL's St. Louis Battlehawks. From training camp in Arlington, it's Steven Gonzalez. Steven, how are you?
Great, Luke. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. You told me you just got out of a team meeting not too long ago. What's the vibe down there in Arlington?
Vibe's pretty good. All the guys are starting to click and get along, starting to, put names to faces because we've been doing Zoom meetings for the past month. But guys are just getting to know each other and the vibe's really good. Coaches are getting along with players, players are getting along with coaches and vice, players are getting along with players, meeting staff. So everything's honestly been a really good vibe so far, I feel like.
What was the main message out of that team meeting?
Kind of what just Coach Beck always preaches his standards. Just everyone has something that they're missing. Obviously, that's why we're here at this point. So we need to kind of, peel back the layers of the onion and, just evaluate ourselves. What do we need to work on as players, and they're going to be here for us to provide for us and to, give us the best opportunity to, try to make it to the next level. Cause obviously that's the end goal for everyone here at the end of the day. But obviously, the most important goal is to win championships, to win, win a lot of games, win the season. So, that's kind of just been the message he's been preaching. Just trying to give back. Trying to relay, not give back, but more relay the message to everyone. Make sure everyone's on the same page with the same message.
You've had a couple of years to peel back some of the onion in your own personal game. What are you missing?
I think what I'm missing, honestly, I mean, obviously, in my game, I feel like I can develop faster feet, get into the next level faster, being able to move faster. I think I've gotten a lot better in that through training, through losing weight since college and things of that nature. Keep maintaining a low weight, but also just being more of a student of the game. I think I've really gotten that's one part of my game that especially like coming out of college, and my first year in the league, I really needed to figure out like how to become a student. I think I've really, gotten better in that, but obviously you can always improve. There's always room for improvement. You always got to have just a learning mentality, and just try to be, someone that's always adapting, always learning, always adjusting to new things.
You mentioned your goal is to get to the next level, to the NFL, and you spent some time there, a little bit with the Cardinals, a little bit with the Bills. What was your main takeaway from those experiences?
Um, just the pace of the game, mentally, not only physically, because obviously physically everyone, it's a very high paced game, but just mentally, you got to learn a whole playbook right away. You got to learn a whole new system, whole new calls. You got to mesh well with teammates. You got, especially as an offensive lineman, all five guys kind of have to perform as one. So it's just really the mental, the mental part of the game, really trying to improve on that. And I think, honestly, that was honestly the biggest thing for me. Coming out of college and going into the professional league, just you got to be one step ahead mentally. You always got to just always be on top of everything, always be studying, always making sure you're taking notes and just being on top of your game.
You were out of the league and were looking for a place to play. How did you mentally cope with that and being able to adjust and get yourself to that next level, even if you weren't getting consistent reps?
Yeah, I mean, it was very tough. I mean, that's also part of, the reason why I'm here. I was obviously, missing reps, missing opportunities. COVID made that very difficult, especially my first year. My second year with the Bills, when I was with them, it was a little bit better. But, just trying to get reps, trying to get opportunities, trying to get myself out there so that teams are able to notice me. And I think, being now here in the XFL, being with the St. Louis Battlehawks, I think, and obviously Coach Beck and his staff provided me that opportunity. But now I'm able to showcase my talent, showcase what I can do, get reps, get opportunities so that I can take that step to the next level. And also, this would be a good, time to prepare myself, mentally, get back into the swing of things, from a football aspect because I haven't done things like that, in the year. So it'll be good to kind of get back into the swing of things for sure.
Never been to St. Louis before.
I have not.
Okay,
I,
well,
I'm
you're
I'm excited. I'm excited to visit though. I'm definitely excited to visit, but I unfortunately have not been to St. Louis.
it's got a lot of character, a lot of history. I'm sure you'll fit in quite nicely. You mentioned that right now you're putting names to faces. You've done a lot of interaction over Zoom call. You've played against some of these players in camp with you as well. Who are you hitting it off with immediately?
Obviously my O lineman, Shane Carpenter, Jared Jones Smith, those guys we've been really clicking it off. Getting meshing well together, talking, a lot, socializing. Also my camp roommate Ryan Willis, obviously quarterback. He's we've been talking a lot, and he's a really funny guy, really good dude. So we've been meshing pretty well. And then I know a lot of guys that used to play at Rutgers and things of that nature. So Drew Singleton is one, for example, that I know. We've been talking and things like that. I also know Kareem Walker, one of the running backs. We got recruited at the same time. So it's just good seeing a lot of faces that I haven't seen in a long time, and also learning new faces, obviously.
That's good. What's a funny Ryan Willis anecdote you can share?
He is a joke teller. He has a lot of jokes. He was telling me like a million of them, like maybe an hour or two ago. I could not recite to you any of these jokes. You would have to ask him. But he has a lot of good jokes. He's a very good joke teller. He's a funny guy. Like I said, he's a really funny guy. Really good roommate too. Good humble dude, but definitely has a nice. He has a serious side, but he also has a nice jokester side, and a nice side where he's able to just mesh well with teammates and socially in that aspect.
You mentioned he's a good roommate. Is he creeping in the shadows behind you or on the other side of the camera?
He's not here right now. No, he's not here right now.
Okay, good. You mentioned knowing a few guys from Rutgers. You're from New Jersey. You took in the Rutgers Penn State game this past year, right?
Yes, I did. I did go.
Did you ever consider going to a RU?
I thought about it, but I felt my opportunity and things I could have done at Penn State, which I eventually did accomplish a lot of the things that I wanted to do. I felt like I was able to do it at Penn State. Felt like Penn State was obviously in a bad situation with sanctions and things like that. So I saw it as an opportunity for myself to get in the mix right away and to be a part of something special, which is eventually what we became during my time there. We won a Fiesta Bowl, we won a Big Ten championship, we won a Cotton Bowl. Like, so we had a lot of success. So I was happy that I was able to be a part of that, and I think that was honestly the main point for me as to why I didn't go to Rutgers, just because I felt like there was more opportunities at Penn State.
I just visited State College for the first time this past year when they played Northwestern. There was the hurricane residual rain game,
Okay.
so everyone was drenched, everyone was freezing. But it was my first time
Yeah.
staying in Bellefonte, checking out the area, and it just seemed like it
Oh
was
yeah.
this passionate, fiery fan base. I respected James Franklin for a long time, and Coach pretty well. It just seems like it's the
Yeah.
perfect place to develop a lineman, for example, to be NFL professionally bound.
Definitely is. And Coach Franklin, his staff have always done a good job, especially Coach Franklin, just instilling, his standard for every player, for his staff, and everyone kind of follows that standard. Nothing's changed, obviously, since I've been there because, he runs a very tight ship, but he's, like I said, a very good coach. He's helped me develop so much. He's gotten me to where I am today. Obviously, and all the other coaches that have had a part into it as well. But you know, yeah, Happy Valley's a different place. Penn State's a different place. It could be pouring rain like it did in that Northwestern game, and you'll still have 100,000 people there cheering their heads off for the team. So it's definitely a special, special atmosphere, a special, special place to be.
You're a few years removed from college. What do you miss the most?
Uh, I'd say just the day to day life, and then obviously like game day. I miss the day to day life. College was a pretty fun time for me, good experience. So just going to class, not having too many responsibilities other than class and football is really really easy. You're not really an adult technically yet. And then obviously just game day. Game day is just it's special. It's different. The white owl. That's just one of the things. But every game day is just fun. Those fans will come out to any game, even no matter if you're playing Ohio State or if you're playing, Toledo. Like it does not matter. Like they'll show out for any game, and it's just a different atmosphere over there.
There's a little bit of a geographic connection between you and Coach Bex. He's from Eastern Pennsylvania. You're from New Jersey. He played for the Jets. still has a connection to that organization. How much communication and bonding have you two done?
We've had a lot. We've kept in connection. We've been talking since like I'd say July, August. He's followed me on Twitter for a long time, I guess because I'm a Jersey guy. So he loves his Jersey guys. He likes to follow all of them, keep updated on them. And when I saw he had the job, he actually reached out to me. And then obviously we built a connection from there. But like I said, the Jersey guys got to stick close together. And I just appreciate him for giving me the opportunity. Appreciate him for bringing me on the team, and trying to make the most of this opportunity.
You mentioned he went over his standards during the team meeting. What specifically did he articulate as important for this football team?
Just competing. We're all here for a reason. We all want to get to the next level. They all want to help us get to the next level. The way to do that is to win games, to learn the offense fast, to learn the defense fast, to just learn the whole system. So the only way to do that is to have, an adjustable mentality. And what I mean by that is, you got to be able to adapt, to learn, to adjust to new things. And obviously compete. Compete's the most important thing. You got to come every day and work hard, train hard, and just be ready to go every single day.
Mhm. I've gotten to research you, know your backstory, know how you got to this point already. How important has family been to you in taking this leap of faith and competing to be a professional football player?
Very important. Very important. My family's always been very supportive of my career. My dad, he passed away when I was 16, but football was always very important to him. He instilled that to me at an early age. So, football's kind of always revolved around our family, especially since I've been playing. It gives us more reason to love the sport more. But yeah, they support me 150%, in any decision I decide to make. And they were super happy the minute I got drafted. Like they were very ecstatic. So, they're happy to see me here, happy to support me. Yeah, it's things that, I'm in Texas and far away from them, but it's business. It's what I got to do. They're very good travelers. So they'll come to pretty much every game.
What's the most important lesson your dad taught you?
I'd say the most important lesson he taught me was to always work hard in everything I do. No matter, yeah, you're gonna have your days where you're feeling bad. You're gonna have your days, where you're not feeling at your 100%. But always just make sure that you're coming to work with a good attitude. You're coming to work hard. And in anything you do, no matter if it's football, if it's schoolwork, if it's just day to day life activities, always just have a good mindset about everything and try to attack everything at your full potential.
Yeah. It seems like you've got a great support system behind you, that game days are going to be exciting. What are you looking forward to when you all eventually come up and start playing weekends in St. Louis and all over the country?
Super excited for the fans. I mean, I heard St. Louis has some crazy fans, and I'm used to that at Penn State. We have crazy fans, so I'm ready for that atmosphere. I embrace that. I love it. I love when fans are into the game and they're very supportive of their team. So I'm honestly just excited to see the new city of St. Louis. Like I said, I've never been there, so I would love to see it, visit it, and definitely just feel the game day atmosphere for the St. Louis Battlehawks. I mean, that's definitely something that I'm super super excited for. I think we have the best fan base in the XFL. I don't think I know.
They're very rabid. They, miss having their NFL team there. I used to live just a couple of blocks away from where the Super Bowl winning Rams played downtown. It's a beautiful place and it's a unique
Yeah.
city. Steven, the floor is yours. What else would you like people to know about you?
Um. I mean, I think you said a lot of it, but I think one thing is I haven't had a lot of opportunities, since coming out of the league, coming out of college in 2020, obviously COVID, kind of messed up those opportunities. It hindered them. I try not to make excuses. I try not to use it as an excuse, but I'm glad that I got an opportunity. I'm glad I get to represent the city of St. Louis. I appreciate Dave Bowler. I appreciate Coach Beck, Coach Pearls, all of them for bringing me on, having me a part of this team, and I just can't wait to contribute back to the city, to the fans, to the team, and I'm just ready to win some games, honestly, and win a championship.
Steven Gonzalez, thank you so much for your time. Good luck this season. We look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, Luke. Appreciate you for having me on.